This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio? I mean, in case we want it. Yes. Okay. Thanks. Okay, everybody. This is Marilyn, and this is Welcome to My World, the 2:30 in the afternoon edition on Friday, the 13th. And I'll just take a second here to go over a couple things. Crude oil didn't do a heck of a lot. There was a nice trend right here off this P, and with a red E. And I think if you look back on some of this, if you trade the, if you're using the iZone, the sharpshooter, that's the name of this up here. I don't know if anybody has looked at Mike's chart, which I think is some kind of an adjustment. It looks more like a Leah chart to me, but it's a heck of a lot easier to see than mine. So over the weekend, I'm going to get that. I know that the NQ version will turn up, I think, in the new toolkit, which is coming very soon, like tonight after the market close. But this started about 12:30, 12:40-ish, and on this chart it gave a signal. I'm not real clear on the specific rules of this, but I really like when something departs one of these major streets at a deviation level and then goes down here to one of these zones, because that is just so easy to see and it's easy to follow. You might review that. I haven't had the time to go back and incorporate that into the way I trade, but I can sure see the benefit, especially if you're new and you haven't learned to read the market real well yet. I find this a great management tool, because when you get to this deviation level right here and you're thinking, I don't know, is this thing going to turn around or whatever? If you glance up at this, you can see that there is no reason in the world to get out right here on this deviation. It's just something you have to sit through. But there was no real reason to get out of a trade right there. Anyway, let's see. I wanted to let everybody know, my goodness, I've been watching this all afternoon. The VIX just cleared the 20 mark. It's trading 20.06 right now. So the bears are getting very, very happy. And if this VIX continues to move up, and even if it'll just hold a little bit above here, you're going to see these indices push down. Keep in mind that the old adage in trading is that the bears push up and the bulls push up and the bears fall down. It's faster falling. The market falls faster than it painfully climbs up. So be ready for that. Today there has been, not only is the price of oil going down, there's no question about that, but this is about the last so-called real day that the December contract in crude oil is trading. It's got another 7 days to go till it is completely expired, but 2 of those 7 days are Saturday and Sunday. So it will continue to trade less and less. Over the weekend is the time to roll crude oil if you are trading Nadex contracts. Nadex is rolling over the weekend. So when you take your Ninja Trader down, there will be when you fire it back up again, there's going to be a sign that pops up and reminds you that Nadex rolls over the weekend. Right now, this month in crude oil, I usually wait to see where we hit about the halfway mark, and we're trading about a little over 400,000 contracts in December right now, and the next month here is January, and it's trading a little over 200,000. So by around 10 o'clock Monday morning, this shift will have started over to the January significantly. So part of this is the price of oil going down generally, but it's also big traders coming out of their December contracts and rolling into the January contracts. So over the weekend, I will change this to the roll. The rig count is kind of interesting right now. The U.S. Oil rig count rose for the first time in the last 11 weeks. Now, that's not significant. It's still down hugely from a year ago. But at least some of the rigs that were taken offline are starting to come back online. So, this turning this around is kind of like turning the Queen Mary around. It isn't going to happen in a heartbeat. But that is a significant indicator that the expectation for at least 3 to 4 months from now will be that price of oil may go up just a little bit. The market is definitely in contango. So until we see that trend change, the expectation is that into 2016, the energy sector may recover a little bit. We have the Canadian dollar today was a very, very unhappy camper. That trades and ticks the same as crude oil. It just sometimes doesn't move quite as fast, but it's a very good indicator if you like to trade crude oil. And if you like the Forex pairs, then that FX pair, which trades on Nadex, and I believe it has some spreads. I'm not sure about that because that's something I kind of have my hands full with what I'm doing. Monday, we're going to have some news at 8:30, and it's Canadian and U.S. U.S. is the Empire State Manufacturing, which doesn't tend to move too much, but the forecast is about half what the previous was, so that may have some significance. And then Canadian news is coming out, their manufacturing sales and their foreign securities purchases. So right at 8:30 on Monday morning, I would avoid taking a crude oil trade. I'd kind of give that a minute or two to see what happens. Let's see. I think that's about all I have for today. Oh, I wanted to tell you one other thing. At noon, I went over a little bit of, real quickly, how to set up the static Superdome. And I know Daryl has done a nice post in the forum. I think it's under money management. I'm not positive about that, but it's in there someplace. There are a number of ways that you can set that dome up. When you're first beginning with that in futures, I would be doing one contract and then set that so you have an automatic take profit and an automatic stop loss on it. And then be sure you click on your chart over here. This is the icon right here to get those to show up. When you get a fill, they will instantly show on your chart. Then you can drag them where you want them. But some people, after you kind of get the hang of using that thing, then some traders go to 2 contracts and they take 2 for their whole strategy. Some go to 2 where they drop one off and then let the other one run. Some put 3 contracts in and take one off at 5 ticks or 6 ticks or whatever it is. Those early ones that are dropped off are not intended to make you money. They are intended to pay the bills, so that as soon as you move to break even, you at least have 5 ticks of profit. That's something that is individual, and you have to fool with that a little bit. I think Lori put a post in about the way she does that, and the way she does that makes a nervous wreck out of me, so I do it my way. And other people, I know there's a friend of Daryl's that trades 10 contracts of crude oil and drops 5 of those contracts at 10 ticks, and he starts with an original stop loss of only 3 ticks. So these are some of the reasons I'm pointing out to you why I am just harping on the entry. If you get the entry, the rest of this stuff becomes a lot easier to handle. But the entry is the key. So let's see. And I had somebody in here ask me about, they've watched the videos that I did, which those are fairly old, I think, and were asking me if I could lay out how I did the charts or something. There is a post with marked charts. There are 2 of them in the forum, and if you put in the search how I find trades in my world, it will take you to that, and it's kind of the philosophy of how it is I think, because I don't speak Martinese. I'm not sure I'm ever going to learn that language. Anyway, that's all I have. I'll be around for a little bit. If anybody has any questions or they want me to go over anything, just type your request into the chat and I'll see what I can do. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a safe weekend. And lots of people are hoping the VIX stays up. So I will see you all on Monday. This has been my view from my world in Apex land, brought to you by Apex Investing. Thanks.